I call the member for Noosa.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. We are all deeply saddened and affected by the tragic death of any child. This is amplified when the death is preventable. The heartbreaking, unbearable grief experienced by family, carers, friends, communities, as well as our first responders, lasts a lifetime, and there is no end to the guilt and loss, as questions will always haunt us. Were they adequately identified and protected by our welfare system? Could there have been something more done? Or, like many before them, was their suffering only truly realised after their deaths? And how did we not see the signs? Teachers, neighbours, doctors, anyone who had contact is forever haunted. Protecting children is everyone's business and everyone's responsibility. It takes a village to raise a child, and we are all part of that village. The Child Death Review Legislation Amendment Bill 2019 aims to implement the single overarching recommendation of the Queensland Family and Child Commission report to consider a revised external and independent model for reviewing the deaths of children known to the child protection system. Specifically, the bill establishes a review model that expands the requirement to conduct internal systems reviews to other relevant government agencies involved in providing services to children known to child safety. And this is what's so vital, is those conversations and the connectivity between everyone. Rather than assign blame, Queensland's child death review teams will be further supported to understand cases of preventable deaths and uncover ways that child welfare systems, such as child protection, public health and juvenile justice, can be improved to prevent further future deaths or injuries. The bill also establishes a new independent child death review board, which is to be located within the QFCC. The responsibility of the board will be to carry out systems reviews following child deaths connected to the child protection system, identifying opportunities for continuous improvement in these systems, legislation, policies and practices, and identifying preventative mechanisms to help protect children and prevent deaths that are avoidable. All published submissions in response to this bill acknowledge the importance of advocating for protecting Queensland's most vulnerable children. Braveheart's submission affirmed the view of Sisters Inside, noting that through a thorough, effective and independent review process, the government will be better placed to protect our most vulnerable. Submitters Peak Care, the Queensland Law Society and the Australian Association of Social Workers also support measures to expand the current internal reviews to other relevant agencies. Every year, in a number of terrible cases, children die as a result of child abuse and/or neglect. And I don't need to go into the horrific statistics as outlined by the member for Nicklin. The problems most commonly associated with this occurrence and identified in families involved with child protection services are domestic violence, parental mental health and parental alcohol and drug abuse. Reducing the vulnerability of families and protecting children from abuse and neglect begins with a shared understanding and responsibility, and that responsibility extends beyond this chamber. It extends to those individuals and those parents involved. It is up to every one of us. We can't do this alone. I thank the committee, submitters and attendees at both the public hearing and public briefing for their examination of the bill. I thank all of those who work in the departments and agencies that every day are confronted with the greatest of responsibilities and offer the greatest of heartbreaks, and that is child welfare. May the results of this bill provide what all have sought for so long, and that is for all children, regardless of their circumstances, be loved, cared for and kept safe as a matter of urgency and as a matter of the utmost priority. I commend the bill to the House. Thank you.